So you guys arrive back in your own bodies in the rooms of Gwydian. And you open your eyes and you're all there. Your mental facilities are there. You feel... Atlas, there's still some lingering effects for you. You know, you just kind of feel this like slight clarity about things in general.
Okay. But I'd like to... Okay, cool.
Yeah, and things still seem a little bright to you a little bit, and still happy. But you wake up, and Gwydian goes, you've been there for a good 7 or 8 hours.
Doesn't feel like a long rest.
Yeah, you can all take a long rest now, by the way.
Nice.
Oh, good. I love long rests.
Worst nap ever.
Right? Right?
I saw a little kid kill somebody.
Yeah, that's up to your teammates if they want to discuss that with you later. You're like, what the fuck, Atlas?
So our bodies are considered to have had a long rest?
Yeah, okay.
He looked like he didn't have much of a choice. I'm not going to be like, you son of a bitch.
I didn't know you were an assassin! I thought you were a nice guy!
I always thought you held those daggers a little weird. I don't know.
You said you were a cleric.
You liar. Alright. You've got it then, I suppose. The thing you were seeking.
Yes.
Good. What next?
We kind of were just gonna ask you that. So we've got the soul, partial soul, and we're on Mechanus. So I imagine we should probably go to the material plane, perhaps, to do these conversations.
Like,
ultimately, we need to have that negotiation with him and have him destroy the master copy. I guess I would ask if that's how that works, right? The devil's got the master copy.
He could do that if that's what you wanted him to do. Yes.
So there's no point in not just doing it from here, right? We might as well just do this now.
You could, yes.
What would you recommend, Gwydian?
I don't know the specifics of the contract.
I'll let him read it, I guess.
Okay. Infinite power. No, I'm just joking.
Jesus,
It's
you
the
actually got me. My stomach dropped right there. Good job, you son of a bitch.
Just kidding. No, he goes, yes, okay, yeah. Well, the bad thing about breaking contracts is that all entities tied to it kind of know that it's broken and destroyed, especially one as powerful as this.
I mean,
that's
okay. I mean, ultimately, we kind of we've assumed that the whole time.
This Vormesh will not be happy if you destroy the contract outright.
He's not going to be happy if we don't have an army for him either. And by the way, we don't have an army for him.
Well,
surprise!
But he wouldn't know about that.
You
for
could
a matter of time.
Perhaps
Yeah,
ask
he wouldn't
them
know about that.
to alter the contract somehow. I don't know.
Don't take our souls.
I mean, the contract. I would switch the contract around. Vormesh owes us an army.
That might be too big of a change, but you could ask.
Exchange party A with party B.
Yeah. Reverse signatures, please. All right, excellent. Thanks.
So, Vormesh is the dragon?
Yeah,
Yes.
Vormesh is the dragon. Marlock's just the guy that he had do the writing.
Gotcha.
Yep. And basically, the contract, we still have it as a handout. Let's go read it again real quick before we do this.
Oh, that's an old version, but yeah, the basic is new. The basic gist of it's there.
What do you mean that's
Dragon that has devils at his disposal. That's fun.
The really teeny handwriting, you cheeky guy.
What are you talking about?
At the very bottom, there's some really small ass.
I don't know what you're talking about.
By signing, you sign intent for any remaining signees. In this case, Fell. Okay, that's fair. So we're gonna get Fell out of this, and the first party waives the penalty for the second party should the second party go against these stipulations set in place. First party, second party. Yeah, so I mean, it'd be kind of funny if we just switched those. The first party is now second party.
So Vormesh would be the second.
Vormesh is our slave now.
Yeah.
Make sure that's airtight, though.
I mean, I think that sounds passable. But would Vormesh be notified of any changes to the contract?
See, you're not
too,
sure. It depends. You'd have to ask the devil that.
All right.
It depends on how his email is set up. Would it just go into spam?
I'm kind of like you, though. How long do you have until this army's...
Jesus, this is awesome. Literally, if we just switch first party with second party, right here, let me read this. The first party agrees to raise a capable army for the second party with the following conscriptions. The second party may not collect the army. The first party must build an army with a composition of blah, blah, blah. The first party agrees to give permanent title, land, and position on the council once the rule is established. All right, so we gave him a council position. But we'll just delete that part.
The thing is, he would then have to give you a council position, right? If you switch the parties around, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We'll just delete that. We'll just delete that part. So there's no council. There's no talk of land
during our council position. It depends on how that could be seen.
I mean, the easiest thing too, right, is penalty for breaking the contract is currently soul-bound to it, and a breach means immediate imprisonment of souls for 1,000 years. We just change that to be, a lashing or something. I don't know. Nothing bad.
He could be bound to the hells for all eternity.
The penalty for breaking the contract is the second party must provide the first party with an army of 3,000 people.
The signees of this contract are soul-bound to it. As such, a breach in terms provided above result in the immediate imprisonment of their souls for a minimum of 1,000 years.
Yeah, so let's get rid of the soul stuff. Let's just get that the hell out of here.
45 to eternity.
Yeah, let's get that out of here.
But when does this army do?
Not less than 3 years, but with no upper bound.
Okay.
The army must number at least 3,000 strong.
Yep. And also, I mean, so this is what I'd say. We need him off the council. So we're removing that. We remove the soul-bound portion of it, right? And then the army thing, I'm okay with him not delivering us an army. You know what I mean? That seems unlikely. But actually, if we do reverse the contract, we do want a penalty for Vormesh. Otherwise, if the penalty is like a lashing or whatever, he's not going to do it. You know what I mean? So...
We should speak with the devils and see what can be changed, rather than speculating.
And I guess the worst case scenario is we just break it, right? Period. Just get rid of it. So
then we'd have to fight him immediately, almost certainly.
Vormesh or the devil?
Vormesh.
Where is Vormesh?
He's in the material plane, as far as we know, right?
Yeah,
he'd be in the material plane. If we do this conversation in Mechanus,
I wonder if there's some way to get him banished from the material plane for.
Yeah,
revoke this contract somehow.
Penalty. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, right now it's all like it's a good brainstorming right now instead of brainstorming when you talk to the devil.
So maybe we should list out a couple things that we already have in mind before we actually talk to him. But this could all change very quickly when we find out what could be changed. If it could be broken, it'd be kind of strange if he could just move words around.
That's what I'm curious about, because devils can't just... I mean, they're notorious for writing, vague contracts to kind of trap people, but they never just go back and arbitrarily change it after.
Yeah.
I don't think that he can just go in and be like, change this, erase this, add this.
All right. Well, so
in that case, it might as well not even be a contract.
I mean,
any kind of lawful devil being.
Yeah.
All right. So this is kind of what we got so far, right? These are the ideas: switch first party with second party, and then definitely remove the section about the count's position. But that's the thing: is do we want an army, or do we just want nothing to do with Vormesh? Because that's the point. If we want nothing to do with Vormesh, we just break the contract, right? Or if we want to insulate ourselves from Vormesh, then we keep the contract and make a new stipulation that Vormesh won't want to break, and switch first party. And second
also,
party.
the first party may not cause harm to the second party, or through inaction allow the second party to come to harm if it's within the capabilities of the first party.
So Vormesh can't hurt us and must defend us if otherwise required, right?
Yeah.
If we did that.
But then, what prevents him from just doing exactly what we're doing right now?
Yeah, because
unless you guys really want to keep a contract, I'd say just destroy it.
Because if you alter this to put him in a corner, he'll probably just waltz down to whatever plane of hell this guy's in, being a red dragon, immune to fire, and just change it back.
I know it's been a little while, so I'll just reiterate. Your best guess is that the king of the third layer of hell, Mammon, gave this devil to Vormesh as a servant. So Vormesh and this Archduke of the third layer of hell are kind of buddy-ish.
Yeah.
And as soon as we start talking to his servant, Vormesh might be in the fucking room.
Yeah.
Who are you talking to, bitch? What's going on over there?
So see, that kind of brings me back, like Green said. I mean, just get rid of the contract, because even if you change it, he's going to go straight to Vormesh. It's not like...
Yeah, let's do it. Let's just get rid of it. I mean, if we have to fight Vormesh, let's do it here in Mechanus, because that'll insulate us a little bit from Vormesh.
Don't need a feud here.
So, but this is the other thing, though. But the problem is, he knows where the outpost and city stuff is, right? So he can just go fuck them up. So we might want to go back there at the very least to be able to try to defend what we have.
I thought we had a standing army of 10 hobgoblins there.
We do.
Goblins.
I really don't want anything to come to harm to Lady Turhana. So I don't feel comfortable doing this here in Mechanus when I'm helpless.
But they've been training for weeks. They're ready.
It's interesting, but
guys,
where did this contract happen? Where was it formed? Did he find you guys out in the wild or something? Or
we were inside of an outpost. We were infiltrating an outpost trying to get a prisoner of war. His name was Chatterbones back, and then we became prisoners of war, and we had to either sign or die.
He really wasn't worth it, was he?
Chatterbones was not, and also he's been parted out. Who knows where the fuck he is right now? So
he's all over the place.
It was all for nothing, really.
This is the first I've ever heard of this guy.
And then, so those things about Prez orbs that Fulton's getting famous for, that he's calling Fulton orbs now. My and Alexander's uncle, right?
Not even Alexander.
No,
just me. It's just my uncle. I'm the only OG on it.
Uncle.
Yeah, my adoptive uncle. He invented that technology, and now Fulton's pawning it as his own. So, guys, Vormesh will... Okay, by the way, let me explain how this whole thing ended. He let us leave. We walked out after everybody was pretty much... Everyone was alive, kind of.
At the time, everyone was alive when you left.
Everyone was alive. We got maybe 3 kilometers out, and
not
then
even
it was
that.
A fire.
500
just
meters.
An explosion. Just a fucking explosion of flame in an entire outpost, right? Large, not football field size, but pretty large outpost, and then a red dragon flies away. Really don't want that to happen to what we've been building. So I think we should probably do this from there. I mean, we'll be fine if we're here in Mechanus, but the things we're building and the people we care about will not.
Just quick question. What exactly are we going to do if he does come there? That makes them more safe than us being here?
I mean, die with them, I guess. I don't know.
And besides that, Lady Torhana didn't go back to your outpost. I thought she said she was going to her parents.
She's going back to... I believe she was going back to the outpost, back to the city.
Yeah. I thought she was too, because the last we saw of her was with the vampire thing, and then the vampire escaped, and then we were worried that the vampire was going to hunt her down, but she didn't know where she was, but she has a good sense of smell. So, anyways.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was on the road back east, as far as you know.
Yeah, she was on the road back away, and it's been a bit. So, what do you guys think? What's the group thinking?
I mean, I feel confident after a Manicore and Demon Subconscious fight, but I don't know that I'm quite up to Red Dragon level of confidence. Not quite.
How large was this guy that we remember?
History check, Atlas and Aenos. This recollection.
If he was still young, we may even be able to take him at this point. But if he's an adult, I doubt it. In the meta, but I don't think I'd know that. Aenos would know that.
Aenos and
dragon.
Atlas. He definitely wasn't a young dragon. You don't think he was at least an adult dragon?
So before he became that whole red dragon thing, and I fought him as a man, as an unseen or whatever, I was doing rather well against him.
You were doing rather well against that form. Since it's been like 24 sessions since then, I'll just relay it. He was undercover for himself to fool Fulton to get the gem, which he got in the end.
So he was kind of faking it. He wouldn't have let me kill him.
You're not sure. You think, well, you could very well. He could have just reverted back to his original form had you have killed him in that form.
Jesus.
Type thing.
Well, I mean, the problem is he does know where the outpost is. Is there... Oh, this is another thing we could do. Well, Vormesh and us were supposed to meet up at one point. We've got the Black Soul Gem, so we have the ammunition, and we could actually go through Marlock and try to negotiate with Vormesh, see if we could not strike a new soul contract, but strike some sort of deal where he doesn't come and murder us all, but then we also aren't in a soul contract anymore. Thoughts?
Yeah, the thought there is once you give him what he wants, he's going to do it anyway. I mean, if you're not going to enter into a contract, then no, nothing you say. There is no such thing as a gentleman's bet or a gentleman's deal with these guys. You don't shake hands and walk away and say, okay, don't come after us. Oh, okay, we won't do that just because you seem like great guys.
I mean, but maybe you can kind of play your two evils against each other, let him know about the aboleths, just say we're breaking this contract because we need to be able to focus on this. They're a threat to us now, but they will be to you eventually. They claim to be these kingdom creators and destroyers.
Yeah.
But
I don't trust this dragon to not be able to just not care.
I feel like the best insulation is we try to renegotiate the terms, because as long as the first and second party can't harm each other, or if we switch it, right, he can't harm us via contract. If we can get that secured, that would be pretty good, right? That's the best insulation we can kind of get.
I'm just going to put this out here right now. When he sees Jacques and I, he's going to want us to agree to it, and I'm not signing shit. I'm going to tell you that right now. Green, as a character, is not signing anything.
Okay.
See, that's
and we'll die.
Like,
we'll die on those words, but he's not doing it. So
what are you going to renegotiate exactly?
Well, so I don't know. I mean, I was thinking the penalty would be banishment from the material plane, like you were kind of talking about, and it would just be the one-sided agreement that it is right now, which is that he can fuck with us as much as he wants currently, but we can't fuck with him. So if you just switch those terms, he can't fuck with us anymore. He'll be banished from the material plane, and then that's it. He doesn't owe us anything. It's just an agreement he won't cause violence, right? And I would say we don't sign it. And I mean, if anything, Alexander doesn't have to sign the new one. We can remove him, and I'll carry it, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
You know, my whole thing.
But there's no reason that he can't just renegotiate it
Right after we end the call, right? Then he'll just talk to Marlock anyways, who's his servant, and redo it.
But I'm talking about, like, as far as like owing him an army.
Yeah, we would just get rid of that, ideally, right? Who knows what we can do? But I would cut out pretty much everything here, and I would leave behind first party, second party. I would switch them. I'm the second party only. No, none of you. He's the first party. The first party cannot harm the second party or be materially banished. I would just boil it all the way down to that.
contract.
What's that?
Just remove everyone but you from the contract?
That's correct. And then boil it literally down to that sentence where it's just that he can't harm me, right? I mean, that doesn't mean he can't just torture all of you in front of me, burn everything I've ever loved, and then just leave me alive standing there. I mean, that would also be okay.
That's exactly the point. You're going to agree to this. He's going to wipe out your post anyway, and you're going to be left with the only one watching it burn to ash. So my whole thing is get rid of the contract completely.
It was my master plan all along, and you all fell into it.
So get rid of the contract completely. Let your overlord, your current overlord, know that, look, we want out of the contract. But here's the thing. There's a bigger player on the field, and I want to let you know about that bigger player. What you do with that information is on you. That's my parting gift. The second part of that is we won't try to stop you. We don't have to care what you're doing on the world. As long as it doesn't involve my post and as long as it doesn't involve me as a creature, I'll go my separate way, you go your separate way. I won't stop whatever plan you have. But you have to make that understood, too, that if that's broken, not that I'm saying enter a contract for it, but if that's broken in any way, shape, or form, then we'll side with the bigger evil to take him down. Now, he might call your bluff and say, oh, bullshit, you can't take me down. But the Aboleth has been around a long time, said he's fought gods before they were gods. So I'd be willing to bet he probably has some push and pull. So you just, you can sort of use your skill set and say, look, here's what I'm doing for you. You leave us alone, but the minute you come messing with us, we're going to go right back to the evil, and we're going to side with them and take you down. And just see what he says.
Yeah.
I just feel like there's not a lot of room for manipulation of contract.
There isn't, or negotiation on any front. But the point is, you have to pick a side, and you have to back that play. I can tell you right now, I'm like, any new contracts, A, Greem's not signing. B, he's walking away from this, dead or alive. He's walking away from it, and he's not caring about the dragon and the demons. He's not going to care about what they do, as far as what their master plans are for the world. I can tell you right now, just sort of meta, I know we're going to run into him again. And whether we take him down now and die trying, or we take him down, when we get to level 20 or whatever, and have some semblance of a chance of actually winning. But I can tell you right now, like, there is no agreement that you can come to that's going to win anything. Either we all die or you die eventually and forfeit your soul, or we at least try to fight it.
Where do you break the contract? Do you go back to the encampment and do it there? And then I guess the other thing we could also do beforehand is we could talk to the Aboleth via the ring and ask the Aboleth for what it would do.
True.
That would be...
I mean, I was going to say, those of you that have a strong connection, you should say, hey, look, the plan that we were talking to you about, it's kind of going, in a direction where it's beneficial. I'm giving you a heads up that this is the game plan. Obviously omit the part about
so we have to go back to
us giving him up, but I guess we have to go back to somewhere where the Aboleth can obviously hear you. So yes, you have to go to the material plane. I don't think you need to fear your post getting damaged, because he can go there and do his thing if he wants to, but honestly, you're gonna meet him either in person or you're gonna meet him at the post. I guarantee you, if you were to break the contract and he'd still be pissed at you, he's not going to go there right now. He's going to wait. He's going to wait and take it away from you when it's the absolute best time to do it. That could be years from now. So I'm telling you, you've got plenty of time to prepare, because I can guarantee you that his arrogance, his hubris, is that he's going to wait until you've reached a point in your life where you're the most powerful, and he's going to take it away from you. He's not going to do it now because there's nothing to lose. You don't have anything built. Really, he's like, oh, you just have to start again. But as meager as it is, you just start again. My thought is that he'll bide his time.
My thought here was like, and how I normally, like, how I would see myself negotiating with a dragon like this. Like, we've got to be small potatoes to him, right?
I know.
Like, is he really going to go out of his way to, like, hunt us down because two random guys are like, you know what? We're going to break this contract. We're not going to raise an army of 3,000 people, which we probably couldn't have done anyways. Is he really going to be like, cross the line with me, or is he just going to go on with his bigger plans?
Question you have to ask yourself is why he wanted that army in the first place.
But did he really think that was going to happen? Did he think that these 4 guys were going to be able to raise an army of 3,000?
I mean, to be fair, right?
Eventually, maybe.
Back then, right? We probably were, right? It was very kingdom building then when all that stuff, like on the meta, it was very kingdom building back then. It was reasonable. 3,000 was not actually unattainable for where we were campaign wise.
A lot of shit has happened since then.
A lot has changed. So it very well could be depending on that army, right? But I mean, we would be dumb to think he hasn't been checking in, right? I'm sure he has, because at the time he also controlled little wyverns, right? He had those little baby wyverns.
Yeah.
And he had those guys to scout, and so I'm sure they fly over every once in a while, keep him in tune.
Oh, they're pseudo dragons type things.
Yeah, sorry. Pseudo dragons.
I just think that it was one less thing he wanted to worry about, and he saw you guys and was like, "Hey, I got a job for you." And he thought, "Yeah, you guys could do it. It's easily attainable." But like Matt says, I get the feeling sometimes like, yeah, we are small potatoes. He's like, yeah, you know what? You're right. Okay, well, now it's something I have to do. I could easily go make a contract with a necromancer or some bullshit. You know, he can easily get what he wants from somebody else in the world. He just chose us for convenience.
That's what I was thinking.
But
throw the aboleth out there because you're like, hey, we probably weren't even on your radar anyways, but here's this guy that really should be. Maybe it shifts his focus. I don't know. But either way, I don't know. I just have a hard time picturing like this dragon that schemes on this level that, you know, obviously has contacts in the planes of hell that he's going to be like, I'm going to drop what I'm doing and I'm going to go find these 2 guys. And I'm just going to mess him up.
You'd be surprised. I mean, we really pissed him off pretty early on. The gem, when he got it and it was already deactivated.
Oh, he was livid.
He was not very happy. He was not very happy at all. So we have offended him. So, anyways, I think where we're at is we're going to go back to the material plane.
Okay.
I don't think there's any reason that we shouldn't go back to the outpost right now. Right? There's no rush on the contract. We're in a position now where we can have this conversation. And then we talk to the aboleth and maybe, you know, see what he thinks really quick. Just get some advice from the you know, phone a friend option. And then we do the Marlock talk and see what happens.
The Marlock talk. That's a new song. I like that.
What's the deal with the aboleth? Like, have you struck a deal? Is there an official agreement?
Apparently we're his bitches. That's what this ring means. But
you didn't know that at the time.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything really because I can throw the thing away. There's no, as far as I'm aware, there's no psychotic or psychic attunement or anything like that. I mean, I took mine off just fine. I haven't put mine back on.
Correct.
Aeonos is still wearing his, so Aeonos will be our medium. I'm not going to put it back on, right?
He saw potential in you from what he has told you. Is that he has saw potential in you to cause chaos and that you would be his agents to eventually do something in Devon for him. Like seek out this Fulton, you know, he wants Fulton alive for some reason.
Yep, and I want Fulton too, right? So, you know, for different reasons. Sometimes prisoners don't make it back alive, but the whole Devon thing I want to have happen as well, but I don't want to be his bitch. You know what I mean? I'm fine with working together, but never doing a blood contract again. Learn my lesson.
There were just so many contracts when I got in here that I'm having trouble keeping up with. And I feel like, and that's why a big part of me is like, let's end this one, you know, so that even if he does come after you, worst case scenario, he comes to the outpost, he kills us all. At least you get to keep your soul.
Yeah, that's true, right?
And I feel like, you know, you broke one contract or you got out of it. If you get out of this one, you're a free man again.
The soul thing is pretty big. And also I feel not that big of an obligation, but a cherry on top is freeing Fell and Exaden and others, Dannerby as well. So,
did anybody die that had signed it?
No,
not sure.
Not yet.
No.
So yeah, if you did it now, then yeah, you're getting their souls
so,
off.
All right, Matt. I think is everybody kind of in agreement? Order of operations as we go back to the material plane. maybe through Aenos we have a conversation with the Aboleth about what he thinks we should do, get some phone a friend help, and then go to the outpost, and then have the call from there, just in case.
What is this go back to the material plane thing though? You haven't even asked Gwydian. I'm just.
What do you mean?
I'm fucking with you again.
You can't leave here.
That's touche. True. Fair.
What happened to the guy that flew us in here?
And actually, we've all been
he's
talking.
at the door.
We've all been talking in front of Gwydian. Does Gwydian have any commentary on our fucked up situation?
No, he doesn't really have any commentary. He's just like, yeah, these are all possible things to do.
He's like, man, I thought I had it bad.
Yeah. He's like, man,
I could do this for another 1,000 years.
Thing that happened in 100 years.
I don't miss my adventuring days. But this is small potatoes compared to what will happen in the cosmic planes in a little while anyways.
What's that guy's name? Axos?
Axos.
He's the one that's here?
Well, he's in the Mount Celestia.
The giant.
I thought he was the one that took us here.
Oh, Fizz. Fizz is the one.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, no. The little guy was just some unnamed Archon that teleported you guys here. And let my dog out again.
Yeah, just for
My
the
vote is that we just break the contract as soon as possible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the other guys either, but it sounds like either way there's going to be a conflict with this guy, and it would just be better that if it went south, you guys weren't damned for all eternity.
1,000 years. That's all.
Or 1,000. A minimum of 1,000 years.
Oh, is that what I said?
Yeah, a minimum.
Oh,
that's pretty vague.
I was not very nice when I wrote this contract out, was I?
No. So rude.
This was out of character. This was essentially a way that there wasn't a TPK.
Yeah, basically that was it. I was like, all right, it's 6th level. It's like session 8 or something like that. I was like, I can't kill these guys off.
They all die.
I mean, I could have killed you.
Everyone dies.
But this is more interesting.
I still think that there's no reason why you can't say, hey, we've done this, we're breaking the contract. That doesn't mean that we can't have a relationship. But like you were talking about the Aboleth earlier, we want to be more of a partner status, not as a...
I have an idea, right?
Be friends?
What I plan to do when I'm talking to him is offer up Fulton, because I do remember that Vormesh did not like Fulton at all. He's allowed Fulton to apparently live and succeed and blossom to date, right? But maybe Vormesh would like to see him taken care of. But again, not in terms of a contract, just as in terms of a scratch my back.
Yeah, because you guys have a lot of mutual enemies.
Exactly. And that's what I really want, is I want to track down Fulton, and on the meta, the whole Devon thing is going to be fucking awesome. I feel like I know what we need to do, and it's going to be fucking sweet, and I really want to go do that. So being friends with the Aboleth for a little bit longer just to get there as a means is cool to me. Right. It's good for my character, at least, to go there and do what they're talking about. Based on the dream, right? That's what it is.
It's funny that out of all the enemies that we fought, or just the ones that we fought since I've been here,
I told my dog it's D&D time, so
most excited to try to hunt down is one that never comes up again. I just want to go find that vampire lady that got away and kill her at some point.
Me too. I don't like him hanging out in the wind. You know what I mean? It's uncomfortable.
What are you talking about?
Tie up some loose ends.
All right, so
that's
I
what
guess
you're doing right now. You're tying up a loose end.
Yeah,
a big loose end.
Really, this one is the loose end that if you can tie it up, it lets you have more freedom where you're not constantly worried about.
Yeah, I mean, so Zach has been incredibly paranoid about death for going 31 sessions now, basically. So it'll be very nice to be like, okay, I died, but the group can do something after all, do something.
Like
maybe I'll come back as I'll be a troglodyte or something, but at least I'll be there.
A BDSM troglodyte?
All right, so I think Gwydian, we're ready to go back to the material plane. It was a wonderful pleasure to meet you. And before we head out, I'd like to have a conversation with you in private, if that's okay.
Oh, okay.
Sure, guy.
He's going to kill him at me.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, I want the other guy. I walk with Gwydian away from the rest of the group.
I've been like kind of tinkering with these little things that he's building whenever he's not paying attention. So I'm completely engrossed in that.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're incredibly complex.
Like I'm trying to watch the assembly line and maybe put some together, or like.
Yeah, you know, make a.
Can you be like Arcana? Because it's.
Oh, that would be something else. It would just be a. Let me check the skills. Skills. No, let's look at here. What we got here.
You think
like
investigate? Because I'm looking at something like small scale and trying to put it together.
Yeah, it'd definitely be like investigation check.
Okay.
To like.
I'll do that, and then I'm gonna do a.
All right.
So I got a 12.
All right. I mean, you see some inner clock workings. You're like, okay, that's how you wind that up, and you're not quite sure how it works.
I don't expect to be a genius. I just want to try to put a piece on.
Yeah, it's got something stuck in your head. It's there. Something's there. It might not be the Modron. It might just be like a clock or something that turns into something else. You're not quite sure yet, but you've never seen mechanical workmanship quite like this. All right. Atlas, you and Gwydian are walking.
Yeah, so you guys can listen if you want, but it's on the meta, so that's fine with me.
They're good.
So I asked him if he was able to see any of the journey that we went on. I don't know how it works, so.
No, I didn't know. I just watched.
So, in the dream world, I was having flashbacks.
Yes, you were the sleeper.
Yeah, and it seems to me that through past experiences in my life, I can't remember a good portion of my youth and developmental age. I don't remember much. And I found I got to watch something I don't even remember while I was there, and I was curious, can you help me get to like a meditative state where I can go back and see my memories?
This is beyond my power to do all the time, but
is there anything that you can do to like unblock me mentally, so that when I just dream normally, maybe they'll surface?
I will try something. You must not resist.
It'll hurt like hell.
All right, so Atlas, what's going on in his head right now is it's like, do I want the block to be removed? Because what if I remember and it just all flows back and it's a bunch of shit I don't want to know? You know what I mean? They put it in for a reason, so. But again, on the meta, the reason Atlas really wants to know this is because he wants to murder all of them, and it'd be really helpful if he was able to remember their faces, their names, locations, and everything.
So what does Atlas want to do?
The hate in his heart is enough to fight through the pain of the block being removed. So he will.
He's like, I like it. Atlas is like the sensible person inside me wants to do the right thing and keep it blocked, but the murder hobo inside me really wants to kill everyone.
Well, I mean, it just at least it's coming from like a somewhat nice place where I don't. They're still pumping out kids today. You know what I mean? They're still putting more of kids like me out there in the world.
Yeah, there's a new generation
you want
out
to take
there.
down the age.
Yeah, I'm gonna. There's a bunch of little baby Atlases running around.
A lot of side plots to follow. In the future.
Yeah, a lot of side plots. So it'd be nice if I could start dreaming, and then what it does for me is it lets me like do some cool writing on the side, tell Matt some cool stories, and then he can use what he wants, and then figure out some stuff. Is what I'm really going for here.
Yeah, no
doubt.
doubt.
Anyways,
Do you agree?
I'm ready, Gwydian.
He just simply faces you. And Let's see. Remember. And he just does this really complex gesturing with his hands. And a floodgate opens. You didn't want it to be all at once. But
it was.
The spell is so strong. I need you to make a DC 20 wisdom saving throw.
Shit, it's tough.
Please don't freak out and stab him.
I'm going to use my last inspiration point because this is a pivotal moment for Atlas, right? Yeah. Trying to kind of uncover a piece of his past here. And he kind of knew what he was getting into, but apparently it was a little much. So, tossing that out there.
Okay. I thought that's what you rolled for a second. You can either re-roll it or use advantage, whichever one you want to do.
Okay. So I guess advantage is like rolling twice, but I'm just going to roll twice. It feels better.
Yeah, do it.
All right,
roll
good
twice.
God.
DC 20.
Oh. That's so bad.
Good news. You can only go up from here.
17. Fuck.
Too bad Grim wasn't there to cast guidance.
Guidance only works on skill checks, though.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Is there anything else I can...
Oh, that's a check. Do you not have a wisdom saving throw? What's your plus to saving throws on that?
Oh, it's only a +1 though. Yeah.
So an 18.
Yeah, 18.
I only take a little bit of.
No. You go completely catatonic. Just.
Remember? Oh, shit myself.
This is the Atlas side quest where he goes and kills his memories.
All right, guys. Good session. We'll pick up then.
Dude, he had to do it. He had to do
3 sessions. It's just going to be in his brain.
So A&O scream, Jacques, 30 minutes go by. 40 minutes go by.
Am I getting any better over here with this robot stuff?
Make another one.
All right. Something good's going to come out of this.
I'm gonna go check on our friend there, make sure it's...
Yeah, you get a little bit more. Nice.
Wait.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you're like you can now make a small animal-like construct. You can't quite give it life, but you can build it.
Yes.
What? That's fucking sweet.
Yeah. Can I make I want to make a miniature aboleth.
Like I'm talking like small, like it's like this big.
Can I make a small raven?
Yeah, you could make a smaller raven-like bird, but it would take a little while. Take some downtime.
It's okay, I got lots of time. He's like done for days.
Something clicked.
Can you give it life by borrowing a cog from another monster?
You have to get that when he like does his hand twirly thing and puts the
light bulb. Yeah. But I mean, I wonder. But he puts it into a cog, though. Didn't you say, man?
Well, he puts it like into the center of cogs. Like there's a little spot, like a little recess.
So it's not a magic cog inside. It's, okay, all right.
He's going to come back and be like, I can do it. Are you sure you want me to? I was just like, laid it out on the floor behind him. I'm like, yes.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I just flop over next.
He's like, give life.
He's a soul collector.
All right, so
your soul into the bird.
You say you're going to go check up on him, and you start walking, and there, standing over Atlas is Gwydian, and Atlas is just on the floor, convulsing.
What happened?
He wished for his memories to return. He cannot handle it. Atlas, I need you to make a death saving throw, if you would.
Oh, snap.
Shit. All right.
Let's renegotiate this contract fast.
Fuck! No, that was bad.
Woo! Nice.
Nice. All right.
Can't you heal him?
Oh, you're not there. It's only Green. Green was the only one that said he wanted to walk off over that way.
I love how it pops up.
Do I see
like,
them,
Atlas has more than 0 hit points and shouldn't be rolling death saves.
I know, right? Shut
up, Roll20. I'll tell you what I want.
What's that, Anos?
Like, how far away are they? Do I see them?
He went down a corridor. Like, Green.
Right, I don't... Like, maybe after Green doesn't come back for a little bit, I may start...
Yeah, this is all kind of happening. Green, what do you... Anything after that?
Well, yeah. I mean, I start calling for everybody.
Yeah,
Obviously.
you hear
Not just
shouts.
like, what'd you do? Oh, okay.
Jock,
cool.
you're on another breakthrough. But the
You
shouts
might wanna
interrupt
come
it.
in here.
Do I have the Raven? Like, is it done?
Oh no, the Raven's going to take a long time. It's like going to take like a week to build.
I walk over.
Sorry.
Anos, let me know if you need me. Let me know if you need me.
You can do it in downtime. We've got Xanathos guys do that.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of rules. That's pretty cool.
In my mind, I'm thinking Atlas went off with an old guy. Like, he's fine. What could have happened?
He couldn't have just had a severe psychological breakdown. No, not
Atlas.
And everything was finally going our way.
Atlas, you remember the girl. She was your best friend. Her name was that was it. It was ba 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 ba.
Her name was
Actually,
weird, man.
ba 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 ba. Oh no, God, don't. Sorry.
I am Noah. What's your real name?
It was Bella. How about that?
No, it was
Martha's
not
a
Bella.
great
It
name.
was
Why?
Martha's the
Got
name of the
somebody
mother
playing
of Bruce Wayne and Superman. Look at that.
so.
Martha.
It's a tiefling female. Her name was Gadriel.
Started with an or with a B, huh?
G. Gadriel.
B, got it. All right.
You went on many missions together. Yeah, and you. That's kind of all you remember at the moment. Green.
As I'm seizing on the guy.
I remember.
I'm gonna cast some healing on him just to see if that helps at all.
Yeah.
Like magical healing.
Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, go
See
for
if
it.
that'll maybe like reduce his fever and his convulsion.
Make sure he doesn't swallow his tongue.
Yeah, let's do a healing word on him.
Big up.
Actually, no, let's do well, yeah, let's do a healing word because
Okay.
I don't think it said he's lost health. I'm just trying to heal him magically. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
Atlas, you.
Total attack hit
Atlas
points.
kind of
Yeah,
stops convulsing, but he still like twitches. You're saved from the death state, Atlas.
Okay.
But before that, I still need you to roll one more death saving throw before that occurred. Just for shits and giggle. Okay.
Ooh.
You're
So
fine
it's
though.
one fail, one success. Yeah.
You're fine though, as you're still catatonic, but your breathing slows. His body remains motionless on the ground. But Atlas, you remember that this girl was more than just a friend. She,
More than just a friend.
you dated against the rules of the guild? That happened. You eloped with her secretly. And she was taken away from you after they found out. You don't know if they killed her. You don't know where she is. You realize now Uncle Tam did not sell you out.
Ooh, that's a big one right there. That's sweet. Okay, all right, Uncle Tam. Okay.
It unfortunately was a contract that your parents had signed.
Fucking knew it. They're going down.
Uncle Tam tried to buy your contract, but the price was too steep. You realize that any hatred you had for him was probably misguided now in your young adulthood mind.
Damn.
You,
Heavy progression.
Yeah.
Gents.
You remember
All right.
your master's face.
It was me all along.
You turned to Jacques. No, it wasn't Jacques. You remember his face. You remember some companions' faces. You remember the person who they replaced Godrill with. And you remember your escape. Perhaps that was the boiling point of which made you escape, was them taking her away. You think that this is all your mind can contain at the present moment, but there might still be more unlocked later. But you're out for a good... let me roll D4. And so yeah, you come around at the point that you see Greem healing, like saying some comforting words to Atlas on the floor, is when you come around the corner. But you're out for 3 hours, Atlas.
Damn. That was fucking awesome.
Is to wake up. I remember everything.
That's just, I look up and I remember. And then it's end of episode.
No.
I remember. End of episode.
No, then you say, I know Kung Fu. And he goes,
I know Kung Fu.
Cut YouTube video.
Show me.
I always knew the Kung Fu though, but sweet. Well, I tell them, I imagine you
Grim
guys
got
know
it.
what I did and why I had to do it, but
Yeah.
I'm back. Grim, I appreciate it. I could tell that you took care of me.
Yeah, 3 hours pass by. You lay him in Gwydian's bed. Anyone want to question Gwydian, or do you just accept his word?
I mean, it's not like I have a reason to doubt him. I mean,
Yeah.
I know that Atlas does shit on his own without really consulting the rest of the team sometimes. So when he says, "Hold on, I got to have a conversation with somebody," I just expect him to get into trouble. So yeah.
Yeah, Jacques, you can.
I'd just ask.
Hashtag rogue stuff.
Hey,
right?
let's go for it.
I'd ask Gwydian what happened. Just simple as that. Not expecting him to...
He wanted to remember, so I cast a powerful spell to access his memory, command his memory to do my bidding, and it was too much for him.
But I appreciate it, Gwydian. Or am I there? Am I
You're not there
bed?
yet.
He's not there, right? Yeah,
This is all happening while you're out
He's like-
remembering.
He's like,
He says this, he does say a name,
sir, you don't have any speech abilities yet.
Gladrill, or Gadrill, quite often in his sleep.
And actually, we're pretty sure you shit your pants. But
Yeah, but it's okay. But yeah,
Just saying.
he says that. Jacques,
pretty sure you pooped yourself a little bit.
Jacques, anything? I see you want to ask him anything?
Yeah, if it worked, if they get done quizzing him, I'm going to keep working at my own speed. But if he leaves the room,
Yeah,
I'm
he
gonna
does.
ask
He
him
goes.
to-
Yeah, he comes back and he notices you're kind of in his spot. What
I'm
are you
on
doing?
on his main chair? I'm like, come down.
What are you
I just can't
doing?
get-
Those were all meticulously organized. Ah!
I'm like, it's fine. I got frustrated. I threw one fireball.
That's only through one fireball.
What? What are you?
I
What?
think I figured out how to make a raven.
Oh,
I need your help, though. Can you help? Can you help me out?
you're using my divine gears to make an army. That I
army?
use to
No,
make
no,
an
no.
army, and
Wait, you're making an
For-
army?
for it that doesn't matter for you.
Well, who are you constructing an army for?
The great cosmic calamity is upon us soon.
Define
Great cosmic
soon.
calamity.
Yeah,
You're
within like a
1,000.
couple hundred years.
So I'll be dead by then.
Yeah, probably.
So one raven's not gonna hurt you. I mean, it's one raven.
Persuasion check.
About 3,000 soldiers.
Nice persuasion. His general demeanor towards you is friendly-ish, so that's enough. Just listen. You got that all wrong. You need a metalsmith to. The gear is just fine, as you're doing good work, but here. And he takes some sketching paper, draws out schematics for you during these 3 hours. and hands them to you.
But
This will take weeks for you to work and finish.
but how do I actually finish it?
What do you
if I
mean finish
make
it?
But how do you bring it to life?
Oh no, you don't. That's a bad thing you ask. I cannot use Primus's divine soul to power a raven.
Why not?
What are you going to do with it?
You've been working on this for 1,000 years. I'm sure you've got plenty built up by now.
Not ravens. I only have like 10,000 of them, Modrones.
Dude, by the way he says Raven, you could tell he's just fucking pissed. Just the detesting. Ravens?
Yeah, it would blend in better on our plane if I took it back with me.
Will it have
What about
5
this?
wings?
What about this? Do you have any kind of communication with these?
They're sentient beings.
But can you do you sense them at all?
No, I don't sense them. I just give them orders.
Just thought it might be nice to get one of your creation, down to the material plane.
What?
Let it see.
No.
Think about it this way. You've made thousands of these that you're all going to use for this cataclysmic war that's going to come up here in the next couple hundred years. What if you had a chance to make just one that could go and live a peaceful life on the material plane?
That's not what they're made for. They're made to die. They're made to die.
What if our grand creator held that same view for us, that we were just made to die? And not a single one of us...
Which one's your grand creator? There's so many gods out there.
That just one of us could live a peaceful life. You have that choice. You can make just one.
Another persuasion check.
Just
We'll be it's mommy and daddy.
What is your... Holy shit, really? Jesus.
He's a charisma dude.
Listen.
Just let me rub your shoulders while you work. Look, you don't even think about why you're doing it.
This
Don't think about anything,
will not
bro.
be your creation. It will owe its life to me. It will scout with you. But eventually, it will come back to me.
Okay. So are we assuming Primus is complete? I thought you said that Primus
No, he's not.
ascended to this other state.
No. If anything, he retrograded back to a primordial soup-esque
Oh, gotcha.
before he even took
God's
form.
delicious.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah, see, and I'll be dead before this
If a chicken
internal
roll.
conflict even happens, so he'll be back to working for you before it's even time.
If we're lucky.
Yeah.
Very well. Whisper some incantations as the light streaming forth and the metal, the hull comes to life. Because you haven't built wings, that'll take another while to build,
Yeah.
But you can tell its inner workings are starting to function. It has a soul, but it can't move or do anything at the moment.
Just like Atlas.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, I'm awake and vertical now, I'll have you know.
Yeah, but the time this happens, Atlas, you wake up. Tears.
So why
You put the soul in Atlas.
so they're sentient creatures, but
don't need a soul.
they have to obey your orders? I'm just curious.
They-
Are they like
They're
Gollum
not.
status?
They don't have a will of their own per se. They follow the will of this, and he points to basically Primus all around you.
So do you command them, or does Primus?
Primus, I think, has a basic control still, but I make them and I tell them what to do, and so far they obey me over him. Hopefully,
So
Primus
when this-
doesn't come back for another 10,000 years.
When this cataclysmic conflict happens, you're going to be one side of it, giving orders?
Yes, I'll be fighting the demons and the like and all of that.
Who exactly are you contending with?
I don't know. I had a vision.
Of?
A great calamity scorched all the plains, including the material. And I have to stop it. Somehow, I was the center of it. And I have to stop it.
So in 250-ish years...
Maybe 50, who knows?
We know it will be destroyed, and it'll be up to just you.
These prophecies are... Be careful with those who claim to see the future. Okay?
Be careful with you.
Yes.
Huh.
This might be wrong. It might be wrong. It might never happen.
Don't take it the wrong way. I do, in all sincerity. Like, I don't want to offend him, but pat him on the shoulder. I hope that you were wrong in this particular case. I would rather the material plane not be destroyed by demons.
Me too. Me too.
So, thank you again for this gift. Much appreciated.
Yes, yes. Now, Atlas is up. What can I send you back? Right. Now, if I remember right, there was a teleportation circle outside of Devon. It's old. Probably hasn't even been used in 800, 900 years. I think I still know the code, the sigils for that.
I hope so. Let me know if you need any help.
Yeah. Let me think on it. This will take an hour. Yes, this guy right here. He takes this chalk and he's drawing this teleportation circle.
All the while, I'm kind of just practicing my sword play. Yeah. All the while, kind of keeping an eye on Atlas. He seems all right.
Yeah. Well, Atlas, how do you feel?
I feel good. I feel excited. It's interesting. I mean, the particular memories that I have right now are pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to going to sleep and trying to explore. Because the thing is, like, this is actually working out really well because Atlas has always been good at meditating, right? He's been taught that. So I figure now that the block is removed, that was something I couldn't get past. But maybe if I meditate a little better, now it's a free form that maybe I can actually get there. So
we'll see.
I feel good, gentlemen. I feel good. Sorry, I had no idea that was going to happen. So
Me either.
It worked out good, though. I like it. You're quick on the trigger, Matt. They're good at the impromptu right there.
Sometimes. Okay. And now he goes, yes, that's it. You'll be outside of Devon on the Crab Claw Coast. Hopefully that's close enough to where you need to be. And I'll bring up the map for everyone.
Is that close enough to where we need to be?
If you want to go to Devon.
Everyone. Like, not... Are we? Is that where we actually want to go?
I haven't looked at this map.
I mean, Devon's okay. I don't think we don't really have any options, right? We go back to that cloud. We take that one. We go back to the Mount Celestia, right? And then we have to go back to the Infinite Staircase to get back.
Which probably won't happen.
Yeah, we don't have a choice, really. We have to go through Devon, which is okay by me because we were going to end up there anyways. That's what the Aboleth wanted. Depending on how the contract breaks, I don't know if you guys would be able to talk Atlas out of breaking the contract while he plans to stay at the outpost for a few weeks. I just don't know if...
Well, you're also a couple weeks away from the outpost.
What's that?
I thought you said you had business in Devon.
I do, but post breaking the contract business. So what do we want to do is we want to break the contract and then we want to work with the Aboleth a little bit further. The Aboleth has business for us in Devon, really. I mean, Fulton could be there, right? So, I mean, I want to track down Fulton. Fulton could be anywhere on this planet, too, right? We'll have to get more details exactly, because obviously the Aboleth wants Fulton, but I also happen to know there's some stuff to do in Devon, too, so...
Yeah. All right. Alrighty, everyone step in the circle.
It was a pleasure, Gwydian. Really appreciate it.
It was something. Thank you for your... This one.
Literally the first thing that happened to him in like 300 years, so I bet he's...
Gwydian.
Yes, Green.
Gwydian. It is my understanding that though life is short for us mortal kind, and perhaps not for you, but if I could leave you with some parting wisdom. Take a break every once in a while and look around and enjoy your time best you can.
Ray, I've had too long of a break already. Thank you for reminding me.
As he starts to cast the spell, I'm going to use Minor Illusion and Prestidigitation to make ravens and say, here's to false prophecies.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
I love it. I fucking love it.
You realize he's like an epic level wizard, right? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay. He's like, just shakes his head.
I mean, I know he knows they're not real, but it's like, it's a joke at the fact that he made a raven and then I talk about prophecies.
Yeah. All right. He smiles. And all of a sudden, this light encases you and you feel yourself stretched super thin. You've encountered this once before.
Ooh, do I get taller?
For a second, you do. Stretched
Yeah, for a second.
infinitely thin, as if to the stars themselves. And then you see the material and you just kind of zoom in. And you land on a dinner table. What the hell is going on here? Huh?
Whose dinner table?
Who are you?
Look around.
Oh, there's
really
kids.
relax.
There's kids shrieking. Daddy! Daddy! Is it? You know, just family freaking the fuck out. You land in some porridge. You're like, what the fuck?
I just sit there and laugh.
Shit.
And you look down at the ground. It's an old stone floor. This house is the house around you has been newly built up within the last 20 years or so. But the foundation it used is this ancient old stonework. And very faintly, you can see the lighting in a circle around the room after it's been activated fade. What the hell is going on here? Huh?
You. Sir.
The wife
Apologies,
fades.
but what day is
Does
it?
she have to make saving throws too?
Let me see. Show Cal.
I tell them.
You there, boy. What day is this?
Chief Magistar of Devon Business. Don't mind us, but we do have some questions for you. And Green, go for it.
Okay.
I'm not asking him anything.
It's the 11th.
I'm a disciple of the gods. I will speak for them only.
It's the 11th of Timar.
How long have we been in there?
Oh shit. You've.
Because you said that time passes normally in the real world while we were climbing the stairs.
Yeah, and the staircase was like
a
a week. What? Okay, yeah. Let me.
The staircase was. We did one day in the staircase, one night, right? And that was 7 days, is what you said.
Yeah. So you left during the Stormfest, which ended 11 days ago.
Okay. All right. So we've only been in there for a week.
Yeah, a little over a week. Yeah.
Ish. Okay. Thank you.
I'm just gonna stand up and say, "See, I told you there were no illegal weapons in here. These are fine."
Make a
I'm gonna walk off the
deception.
side of the people.
Just you know what? They're commoners. You don't need to make any type of check. They go. There. Okay.
I want to put a hand on his shoulder and say, "Your patriotism is appreciated, sir."
Hail to the crown.
Yes.
Good news.
The crowd.
You're not treasonous. Have a good day.
The crowd. Yes. You step outside and you hear
Before
waves.
doing that,
Okay.
before going outside, I'd say to them, there is a transportation circle in your kitchen. This may need to be possessed by eminent domain.
What?
Close the door.
No. I built this here.
I'm ignoring him.
Yeah, you just hear shouts behind you. That you're obviously, these are like, guy had on rags for clothes, had 4 children, had a wife who fainted, lives way outside of Devon.
How far are we away? We're not that far away, I assume.
Yeah, you're not that
literally
far.
anyone with a circle like this can just find this one and hop in. This guy.
Well, they have to have the sigil code.
Around. Yeah, I mean, I figured it would only be used once by us anyway. I turn around and I'm like, did you say you built this?
Yes. And you're about 10 miles outside of Devon. Well, I found
you built this on your own.
Oh, the house, yes. But I found the foundation like this, and it seems sturdy.
Are there any, as he's talking, I want to look around. Are there any horses or anything we could use?
No, he's not even a farmer. You look outside, there's a lighthouse. He seems to be a lighthouse operator. As you hear these crashing of waves against these huge, like 200-foot tall cliffs.
Well, I go up and shake his hand. My good sir, I would like to say, on behalf of my kind, this is masterfully built, and it's a beautiful home you have for your family. I do, again, on behalf of the gods, I apologize profusely for barging into your home like this. I hope that this more than makes up for it, as I hand him over 40 gold.
He's very confused. Yeah.
That's the eminent domain.
No, I'm not paying to have it. Your eminent domain is a joke. I'm just like, carry on.
Is it run by a king or a queen or a court or?
As far as you know, a king overrules it, but has a council do his bidding. But from rumors that you found in the, well, it's what you want to believe, right? You remember those rumors at all from the party?
Oh.
But there was like a power change?
Well, there's...
The common person would believe it's ruled by the king.
Yes, correct.
Oh. Okay. So if I leave and just say God's save the king, then...
Yeah, they might, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to walk out.
All right.
I don't think we have anything to gain from this guy.
Yeah, but he looks at you green.
That's why I paid him. I'm on my way.
He looks very confused, but grateful. Nods his head. Shows you the door. Slowly closes it.
Before that, one more thing.
Yes.
Which way's the quickest way to town?
It is southeast.
Southeast.
As the crow flies. 10 miles.
Good evening. As the raven flies. Perfect.
Yeah.
Rocking her like raven. Yep, I'll bid him adieu and off I go.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, I imagine we must make haste.
Yeah. Nice. What do you guys want to do now? You've got some pressing matters. You're in the material plane.
What time of day is it?
It's midday.
All right. Do we want to speak with the devil now?
So, go ahead.
I was just because I think Atlas wanted to wait until we were back at the.
Yeah, I'm really just trying to. I get it's annoying from a game perspective to go all the way back to the outpost to have the conversation just to come back to Devon. I get it, but I just don't see Atlas being okay with unleashing Vormesh and not. I get what you're saying. You don't think he's going to strike me right away or whatever, but Atlas doesn't necessarily believe that either.
He's a paranoid
it could go
man.
either way.
But where do we think he is?
You heard rumors. Well, you heard rumors of a large red dragon in the mountains near Erelon.
All right, so it's really about equidistant if he were to come here or there. Maybe he knows where we are and he would just try and kill us instead of bothering with the...
So just so we're clear real quick. On the map here that you have pulled up, we are...
Yeah, let me...
That's awfully small. Okay, so we're over there on that island.
Yeah.
Or on the tip of that island. So we're here. Where is the sighting?
Was like over this way. Like in the mountains near Erelon.
where is our...
Up here.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Can you ping again? What mountains? Oh, Erelon there.
Yeah,
Okay.
these mountains right here.
So
We've never
he's
been.
pretty close.
Yeah, he's pretty close. I mean, that's what I'm saying is if you're a fucking dragon, right? Why would you not just take good 24 hours? If he's just hanging out, he's got nothing better to do than come pick us apart. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing. We don't know if he has anything better to do. I mean, he's got a big scheme going on here.
I know, but I think really what it comes from is Atlas just remembers that interaction so freshly, right? That Vormesh seemed very interested in us in particular, and just seemed like that kind of guy. But it's been what, a year now, Matt?
A little over a year. A little over, just barely.
Yeah.
It's been about a year, yeah.
I don't know, guys. I mean, we can talk. Let's talk with the aboleth first. How about that? We find out more about what it wanted us to do in Devon, and then we weigh our options. What about that? Because we wanted to do that anyways, right? Before we broke the contract,
Actually,
right?
as you're talking, Aenos, you hear, "You're back."